Shalom, Yashala. I'm gonna start by saying all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing belong to our power, Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that teach us well and will well. Salutation to the Akim that's in highways and byways doing this work in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the earth, and much respect unto the elect and the hopeful elect, sons and daughters of Yashala that step in the way of righteousness in the name of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Shalom, Shalom. Today's lesson, some video I just saw, right? And this lesson is about the Most High. He's telling the heathen nation, prepare war, for it is the will of Yahawashi, Yahawashi to do those things, right? For those things to be accomplished. And that's why you hear of rumors of wars and rumors of wars going to the four corners of the earth, the uproar of the people, because the Lord I put it in their hearts for them to see things and to do things out here, okay? Let's watch the video. This is from YAHAWAH Ukraine war, putting their west to fight on the battlefield, okay? Russia is the bear is putting up there that they're ready for war. Meet them in the battlefield. If they got the guts to fight, who's doing this? The Most High. Putting out the spirit on Esau, Edom, to fight against one another, right? That's exactly what you see right now, right?
In a meeting with State Duma members, Russian President Vladimir Putin has been daring the West to try and defeat it on the battlefield.
We are hearing that they want to defeat us on the battlefield. What can I say? Let them try. We have often heard that the West wants to fight us until the last Ukrainian. It's a tragedy for the Ukrainian people, but it looks like it's heading in that direction. But everybody should know that, largely speaking, we haven't even yet started anything in earnest.
Russia accuses the West of waging a proxy war against it by hammering its economy with sanctions and stepping up the supply of advanced weapons to Ukraine. Vladimir Putin says the prospects for any negotiation are bleak the longer the conflict drags on, but didn't rule talks out.
При этом мы не отказываемся от мирных переговоров. We don't refuse peace talks, but those who refuse should know that the longer it lasts, the more difficult it will be for them to make a deal with us. Им будет с нами договариваться. Санкционных мер. Благодаря им several packages of anti-sanctions measures were introduced in a short period of time, starting as early as the first days of March, in close contact with the government. Thanks to them, the consequences of the unfriendly, clearly hostile actions of Western countries have been minimized.
As you can see, Yashala, right? As you can see, the drum of war, right, is beating louder and louder. And Russia, the bear, is going, that beating that drum, right? The West is calling up at the West, because the West is beating the drum of war also, right? Let's go to Revelation. And the Most High is putting that spirit up there for them to do His will, right? And that's the way the Lord works, right? Revelation chapter 17, verse 17. Revelation chapter 17, verse 17. For God hath put it in their hearts to fulfill His will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled. You see, the Lord, but it's the first part of that verse that I want to show, right? For God hath put it in their hearts. The Lord is putting that spirit in their hearts for them to have that kind of talk, right? Because when someone's talk like that, right, it's fighting words, it's war talk, right? And like what I said, meet us in the battle if you want to fight. And that's the spirit that the Lord had put up there to the angels, right? And the Lord is not playing, because we're at the end, like it said, right? Let's go to Matthew 24, verse 6, right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. You shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things will come to pass, but the end is not yet. That's what you're seeing right now, Yashala, right? The end is not yet. Right? You should hear those things, those kind of talk, those kind of fighting talks, because those are rumors of wars. And then Russia is already at war with Ukraine, and that's what you're seeing right now. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against nation, against kingdoms, and there shall be famine, pestilence, and earthquake in diverse places. And that's what's coming to go down out here. You see, those nations as rushing against nation, people like this, like race wars, right? And then you're gonna see those Russia, China, America fighting. That's kingdom against kingdom, right? And with those things start popping off everywhere, famine gonna be great numbers out here in diverse places, and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. And that's why ready to happen, because the word of Yahawah bahasham Yahshua have to be fulfilled. One way or another, the words of our power, Yahawash, Yahawashi have to be fulfilled upon this earth. For the Lord has spoken it. Right? As you can see, Esau is ready to fight against Esau, right? Let's stay in Matthew, right? Because as you can see, it's a kingdom divided, right? The earth was given unto the hand of the wicked, right? Let's go to the Old Testament, right? Job chapter 9, verse 24. Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? As you can see, who controls the whole earth? The so-called white man. And Russia is part of the wicked, right? It's the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom, that controls the whole earth, right? And they're ready to fight against one another, right? The Lord gonna make sure that they eat their own flesh, and the Lord is preparing them for war, right? And that's exactly what the Lord is doing, right? And the Lord is not playing. Let's go, let's get to second address, right? Second address 6, verse 9. That's when you know we're at the end, right? Because Esau is ready to fight against Esau. Second Ezra 6, verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were burned of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Right? Because Esau gonna be this end, gonna bring that the end of this world, right? By them fighting against one another, right? Like he said in Revelation. Let's get Revelation, right? The Lord's gonna put in their mind for them to fight. Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. You see, Esau was given a great sword, and guess what? At the end of the day, they have done that again throughout history. France fighting against England, England against America. You see, all those things have to be repeated again. There's nothing new under the sun, right? They're gonna have to fight against another, and there was a great sword that was given to him. Esau, the blessing of Esau was a great sword, and by that sword they shall live. And they're ready, and we're at the end. They're about to kill one another again, and the Lord is preparing for them, right? Like he said, Esau is the end of the world. Esau gonna use that sword to bring the end of the world, the end of this age that we live in, right? Let's go to 2nd Esdras, and the Lord is gonna make sure they've done it. 2nd Esdras 11, verse 36. Then I heard a voice which said unto me, look before thee and consider the thing that thou seest. Okay, consider those things that you see going on right now in your life, right? That you see going on the earth, the age we live in. And I beheld, and lo, as were a warring lion chased out of the wood. I saw that it sent out of a man's voice unto the eagle. You see, starting with the elders, the apostles, right? There's a message that's been sent out there, right? That war is coming. That those nations have to be ready for war. Starting with the elders, the apostles, and the prophets, and the teachers that's in the highways and byways, teaching those words, right? Speaking the word of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. That's the vibration that's up there, right? That's the spirit that the Lord put up there. And tell the eagle, get ready for war. Alright? And said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto you. The Most High is saying unto that the eagle, which is Esau Edom, that representing of Esau Edom. Are not thou, if that remainest of the 4 beasts, see? America is part of the Roman Empire. Europe is part of the Roman Empire. It's the remnant of the Roman Empire. Russia they just spread out, right? But America is a revised Roman Empire, right? And the 4th beast was the Roman Empire, and overcame the beast. And are not those that remaining of the 4 beasts, which are made to reign in my world. You say, give them the power to reign in this world, right? To have power over the earth. That the end of their times might come through them. See? The end of their time gonna come through them. They're gonna fight against each other. Because the Lord have purposed it. Because that's the will of the Most High for them to fulfill His word. And that's exactly what's going on. Yahawashi power is giving the message to the eagle, prepare wars, right? And let's go to Joel. Let's go back. Let's go to March. Okay. 12. March chapter 12, verse 25. And Yahawashi know their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. That's exactly what you're seeing in Esau kingdom, right? The Russian fighting against each other, right? Trying to fight against each other. Ukraine and Russia fighting. That's Esau. That's Esau. That's the kingdom of Esau being divided, right? Like it said in Revelation, they shall fight against one another, right? Verse 26. If Satan cast out Satan is divided against himself, how shall then his kingdom stand? Their kingdom is not gonna stand because they're gonna fight against each other. Like he said, and that their time, that the end of their times might come through them, right? The end of their time is gonna come through them because their kingdom is divided. Verse 26 again, if Satan cast out Satan is divided against himself, how shall then his kingdom stand? If your kingdom is divided against each other and you fight against each other, the kingdom cannot stand. It's gonna fall. And that's exactly what's going on right now. The kingdom is falling, they're gonna about to fight each other. Because the Lord has purposed it, and the Lord's telling them, prepare for war. And they hear the voice of the prophets, the elders, the apostles, the teachers, and the highways and byways throughout the four corners of the earth, telling Esau, Edom, and all the heathen nation to prepare for war. Right? because the kingdom of Esau is falling. Let's go to Joel, all right? Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares, okay? The Lord said, proclaim this among the Gentiles, prepare wars. That's how we're doing exactly. You hear the voice of man telling, that's the voice, that's the word of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, speaking to men, to the men of the Most High, to those hidden nations, to proclaim he among the Gentiles, prepare wars. Tell Putin, tell Biden, tell all the hidden nations to get ready for war. Verse 10, beat your plowshares unto swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Well, okay, at one point China was a Russia, and China was kind of weak. Now, when the country does have economic power to feed their own people or to make weapons, they're kind of weak. Russia didn't have the economic stability in China. Now, Russia have the economic stability, and now they're beating their chest. They're no longer weak financially, and with the sword, they're very strong, and they're ready for war. Assemble yourself and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourself together round about, till there cause the mighty ones to come down. O Yahawah, let the heathen be awakening and came up to the valley of Yehoshaphat. That's the Lord, the valley of the Lord decisions. The Lord judgment, right? For there will I sit to judge all the heathen one about. The thing is coming that the heathen nation is gonna be judged. Right? Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fast is overflow, for the wickedness is great. Those things are gonna happen because of all the wickedness that's upon this earth, and the Lord gonna repay them. Because the Lord is telling the ego, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, telling the ego and the hidden nation, prepare war. Gather the mighty men, and that's exactly what's going on right now, right? And the Lord is not playing, right? Second Esdras at the 15. Let's get second Esdras at the 15, right? Second Esdras at the 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction dwell at night, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's exactly what's going on right now. One people gonna fight against one another. Russia is ready to fight against America. Which war gonna start? Kingdom against kingdom. Sword in their hand. And that's the blessing of Esau to sword. And that's what ready to happen, Yashallah. Alright? For there be sedition among men and invading one another. One country gonna invade another country. People gonna enter people's house. That's a sedition among nations and among people and among men. They're gonna invade each other, and that's the time that we are in right now. And the Lord is not playing, right? Let's get Zephaniah 3 and I think. Zephaniah 3, verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, said Yahawah power, until the day that I rise up to the prey. The Lord is the one that's doing it. So that the will of the Most High must be fulfilled. That the word of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi must be fulfilled. That's why we have to wait on the Lord so the words of the Lord may be fulfilled, right? For my determination is to gather the nations. The Lord is to gather. That's what He's doing right now. He's gathered all the nations together right now, right? Not those nations are making alliance with another, so they can fight against each other, right? For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, right? That's exactly what's going on right now. It's the fierce anger of the Lord, and the Lord is guiding the nations, the kingdoms right now, especially Esau, Edom, to fight against one another. And the Lord, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, is not playing with those nations, right? And let's get we're gonna get, because like, as you can see, this time is coming right now that money is gonna be to no avail, right? Let's get Isaiah 13 and 17. Isaiah 13 verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the maids against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and there shall have no pity on the foot of the wound. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when Yahawah overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Who's Babylon? America. America is known as Sodom and Egypt, aka Babylon. And Russia is coming for them, right? Because the Lord is the Lord. It's the Lord's words, okay, purpose, that Babylon shall be overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah was overthrown, burned with fire. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in for generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the serpents make their fold there. The Lord is speaking of future Babylon. This future Babylon is America, aka Sodom and Egypt, because their wickedness have reached the heavens, and the Lord is tired of this nation, of those nations, especially Esau, Edom. Right? And the Lord gonna give them their own flesh to eat. The Lord gonna make them fight against one another, right? Let's go to Isaiah 49 verse 26. Isaiah chapter 49 verse 26. And I will fill them that oppress thee. See, Esau, Edom have oppressing us, and all the heathen nation have oppressing us. But the Lord is speaking specifically to Esau, Edom, right? And there shall be, I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. See, the Lord is gonna make them fight against another. The Lord is gonna make them eat their own self, right? And they shall be drunken with their own blood. They're gonna shed their own blood, Yasha. As with sweet wine, and all flesh shall know that I am Yahawah, I am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. And all flesh gonna know in these times, right? All the nations upon the earth gonna know that Yahawah power of purpose is will on Esau, Edom, that they're gonna eat their own flesh. They're gonna fight against another. They're gonna kill one another. They're gonna shed the blood of each other. That they're gonna fight one another. And the Lord have purposed it, right? And that's what the Lord's saying, that make them eat their own flesh, because the Lord is a power that's not playing, right? And the Lord is a terrible power. Let's get it. Let's get the last verse right here, right? Psalm 66. Psalm 66 verse 5. Come and see the works of Yahawah, is terrible. It's terrible, and it's doing it toward the children of men. See, the Lord is terrible toward the children of men. That's how He said in the past verse, right? In Isaiah 49:26, they're gonna eat their own flesh, and the old flesh gonna know that the Lord have done it. I've done it, right? That's exactly the time we're in right now. The purpose of the Lord gonna be accomplished. The word of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi must be fulfilled, for the Lord has spoken it. And with that, I hope you brothers and sisters was edified. I'm gonna give all praise and glory be to Yahawah power bahasham Yahawashi bahasham Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us real well and will well. Salutation to the Akim that's in the highways and byways doing this work in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom, abod babo, kwam Yahshua.